John here with client Ryan, who's been working with me for just over a year now. So I thought I would just go through a few questions with Ryan so he can share his experience with you.
My name is Ryan and I am 43 years old. I started working with John just a little bit over a year ago. I have three boys. They're a little bit older, so they're the ages 18, 21, and 24. I have an office job like most people, and I've seen some great success in the last year.
So Ryan, what were you struggling with kind of before you reached out to me? What made you initially reach out to me?
My biggest problem has always been motivation and accountability. And so the things that I struggled with was my weight was way too out of round. I was in terrible shape. My health was not awesome. And so my goal was to reduce my weight, increase my physical activity, and obviously help me with like nutrition and that kind of thing.
Do you mind sharing with us what your weight was when you started?
296 pounds is what I was weighing in at. So 300 number was getting close, and so it was a kind of an eye opener. I'm not that old, and I still had time to get that under control, I felt. So I needed to do something. I thought I needed to be fairly drastic, and I attempted different programs and crazy like keto and diets and things of that nature, and had moderate success where I'd dump a bunch of weight and then put it all back on, and because the life change hasn't there and the proper habits weren't in place, I guess.
Okay. And what's your weight now?
249 this morning.
Okay, so about close to 50 pounds, almost.
Yeah, 47 pounds and going in the right direction.
And you've managed to, I know we had a period of time there where the weight was kind of holding steady, but that was good in a way because it showed that you were able to maintain your, I think it was around 40 pounds lost at that point, maybe, or 35.
But yeah, it was right around the 35 to 40 mark. And we kind of plateaued for a little bit, and in the same way, so that you could see that the changes that I'd made would bring me to that weight and hold me at that weight. But if I wanted to make further gains, something else had to change, maybe more activity, or less sacking, or whatever the case may be, so yeah, it's good.
So you found what we've been doing to be pretty sustainable so far?
Yeah, super sustainable. Because the thing is there's a lot of it's just accountability, and it just makes sense. It's whole foods, it's proper nutrition, it's proper exercise, and then like the coaching side of things, like so that like I get the text messages, did you go run your stairs? Like, those kinds of things, they make a difference for me because I just don't have that in me to do it.
Were you skeptical at all before hiring me, and had you hired anyone before in the past? Or?
So yeah, I'd had a trainer in the past, and I'd gone to a gym in the past, and I had seen success in the past. Where I was in really good shape, and I was like a reasonable weight and strong and fit and all those things, and so I did have some ideals that I do know that a good coach makes a big difference, and I did have other coaches in between then and now that I didn't see any success in. So I would say that I wasn't skeptical in the fact that I didn't think it could work, but I knew that I also needed to have the right coach for me in order for it to work. So I would say that was sort of the crux when I got started.
So when you reached out to me, what was going through your mind? So at that point in your life, had you been thinking for a few weeks or months that, okay, I got to do something? Because I think it was in December of 2021, I think it was, that you connected with me.
Yeah, for sure. So I have some health issues that I needed to get under control. And so and because I had success in the past and I was struggling to get success again, I was contemplating how do I make this work? What's my best option? And so yeah, there was but I also, it was more about health for me than appearance, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
One is sort of more of a byproduct of the other. And so, I would say that it was more of a situation whereby I was looking for someone that would work with me and journey with me to get to where I needed to be.
So the specific results we've kind of discussed already. You're down basically 46 pounds this morning.
Yeah.
And are there any other kind of notable results? I guess obviously like your clothes fit different, you look different. It's not just the weight loss, strength gains, that kind of thing. Is there anything else that you'd like to share that you've noticed has improved?
Yeah, for sure. So like, handle stress better, think clearer, simple things like running up and down stairs if you need to go and do something. For those of us who have kids that are active, if you want to keep up with them, it helps. So we, all of those kinds of things make a difference. Helps us sleep better in cases. I would suspect that probably the biggest thing for me is that I wasn't huffing and puffing just to walk up a flight of stairs, or if I needed to help somebody move or do something simple, it's no longer a chore,
Mm-hmm.
those kind of things, I guess.
Do you feel like your confidence has increased just being out and about?
I would say in some regard for sure, because a lot of your quote unquote skinny clothes fit again, so you feel good about that, and as opposed to going to the untucked, so that you don't have to worry about putting a belt on that's going to dig into your guts. You can tuck your shirts in and they fit properly, and when I go to business meetings and those kinds of things, and then you're not feeling like a slob, I guess. So for sure.
And your arms are definitely getting bigger.
Yeah, exactly. For sure.
So I guess for anyone that might be contemplating getting coaching, who would you recommend this coaching for?
Pretty well anybody who is struggling in that area. Long story short is we are a society where a lot of us spend the majority of our time behind a desk, sitting down in a very stationary situation. And so the physical activity that we're missing and the motivation that we require in order to do things after hours, because we are tired and there is life and there is kids, I would recommend it to everybody, mostly because you're more of you can't put a price on health. Do you want to be healthy into your 60s, 70s, and 80s, or do you want to start slowing down and getting sick during those times? This is the time to do that. So I would suspect pretty well anybody that isn't going to work physically every day, that isn't self-motivated and disciplined enough to do it themselves, it's borderline foolish not to, actually. It is what's going to make the difference when you get older in your golden years. So
well, thanks for doing this, and look forward to seeing what you can accomplish for the next year.
Yeah, for sure. We got a little more work to do.
Thanks everyone for watching.